me and I did it my way. Blackball from the game, caught me cast away. Waiting on my downfall, gotta stay ahead. Don't just cut me off, patience hanging by a thread.
What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, just want to go over a couple different things. I know the VeVe market's down. I know OMI prices are down, crypto's down, some stock prices are down. A lot of things are down right now in the economy. So a lot of people have been asking me, what's my game plan? What's my strategy in the VeVe atmosphere, in the VeVe community? So I want to touch on a couple different things and kind of my game plan, my strategy on what I'm doing personally right now. Am I selling off everything? Am I holding? Am I doing a little of both? So in this short little video today, I'm going to break down my strategy, my game plan, what I'm doing during a little bear market, down market cycle right now. So first thing I want to do is kind of touch on where we are. I mean, it's June 2022. VeVe has came such a long way since I joined back in March in 2021. And I kind of just want to go over the timeline to refresh maybe some veterans that have been here for a while that might have forgotten, or maybe even just some new users that weren't around during these times. Because what's happening is a lot of times, maybe it's one of you guys that are watching right now, a lot of new people joined the VeVe community during January, February, and we were at all-time highs. Even the people that joined maybe around November, December 2021, you've only really seen VeVe kind of boom, sell out every drop, just kind of be on this dominant pace. And so I kind of want to rewind a little bit, talk about some of the older days, because it's kind of hard to imagine the times of VeVe when we weren't booming, right? We weren't successful. We weren't selling out drops. So just from the timeline, I mean, I joined March 2021. I came onto the VeVe app. Almost everything was in stock, in store still. There's only a couple of things that were no longer available to get in store, in stock. I think Rizzo was one of them. It was in the marketplace for about $400, $500. Unbelievable. This is before I dove all in and thought I was even going to spend that much money on these NFTs. I think this is like March 1st and March 2nd. Might have even been March 3rd. And so I know Rizzo was in there, Steve Pugh, Harley Quinn from that first series of Red and Black. That was in the marketplace, the secondary marketplace that was sold out. I think Ritmo was sold out. So there's only a couple or a few NFTs that were completely sold out. Now, I think Todd McFarlane Batman, there's about 6,000 of them still in store, in stock. And now, mind you, March of 2021, these collectibles came out in October of 2020. So just to kind of show you the birth of VeVe and how few users were actually even on the app itself. So we had October, November, December, all of 2020, right? 6,000 Todds still in store, in stock. January, February, March 1st, still 6,000 Todds. So only 1,000 Todds were really bought from what was that, 5 or 6 months? From October, November, December, January, February, March, 5 months really. So just goes to show you that things can boom at any time, really. We don't know when it's going to happen. We went from 8,000 users March 1st of 2021, all the way up to 180,000 users just in 30 days. Unbelievable. And then we kind of got, fast forward a little bit. We had Ultraman dropping later that month. Then we had the DeLorean. DeLorean dropped, I want to say early summer. I don't know the exact time frame, but that was one of the first, besides of the huge growth, and people didn't think that VeVe was going to be able to re-engineer the app to hold the amount of users that we had. That was like the first round of FUD. They're done. They grew too quick. It's over, right? That's what people thought. And then we fast forwarded just a few weeks. We had the DeLorean drop. Now, the thing about this drop is that there's 50,000 editions for the common, the most we've ever seen at that time. Now, I was under the impression it was kind of going to keep ramping up like that. Smart move by the team, probably to kind of pull back the trigger a little bit, just to kind of test out how things were going. Plus, that was kind of like a futuristic move, knowing that we were going to have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually millions of users. But they kind of just blessed us with an opportunity, low-key, to grab these first ever vehicles for under retail what they went to. So they dropped, the DeLorean drop. Common, I think, was $30. It was actually drivable right away, so people were FOMOing, buying a bunch. I know I bought a bunch. That feature got taken away, and people were kind of pissed that it did get taken away. Also, people were upset, saying that VeVe's sinking, VeVe's done, VeVe lost momentum. Because one, didn't sell out instantly, and people were thinking about 50,000 editions. what's going on here? The floor went all the way down to $3. A $30 retail first ever vehicle went all the way down to $3 in the secondary marketplace. That is when people said VeVe is done. VeVe lost momentum. Look, we were crushing it, gained all these users, and now poof, it's just gone, right? It's just done. So we went through a couple of months. A lot of fun. A lot of people thought, it just wasn't going to survive. This was it. This company licensed with the biggest brands in the world. People thought it was over. So fast forward a few months, we announced Marvel. This is all pre-Marvel, right? Pre-Disney. We were called Moon Boys. Any of us, shout out to Cavell. He was early on it. I know a bunch of early people, Kyle Wilson, right? A bunch of OGs were saying, we got Marvel. We got Disney. It's just a matter of time, right? So finally they announced we had Marvel. Shout out to Kyle because he was the one that broke it, I think. He broke it on his YouTube channel, Kyle Wilson. And it was Dan Cruller saying in that interview that, yeah, we have Marvel now as a partnership. Blown away. So we were going to get Marvel comic books. That was a little bit later, a couple weeks later. We just knew we were getting the Marvel license. So we thought Spider-Man was finally coming. That was a huge deal, right? Still is a big deal. Then they announced comic books from Marvel. That's when, the big shift started to happen. A lot of people that thought they were done, they were sinking, they lost momentum, jumped right back on the ship saying, like, we got Marvel comic books on the VeVe app. That's game-changing. So you started to see the tide shift a little bit. We're getting into, like, the fall of 2021 now. Then they released the Disney partnership. They say we have Disney as a license. Unbelievable. We know the Disney Golden Moments drop in November. Everyone was super excited. It felt like a magical time back then. If you guys rewind to the first Disney Golden Moment stream I did, I remember saying on there a bunch of times, this feels like a magical moment. We all kind of want all of the sets and collectibles, but even if we just walk away with a couple or just one, I think we're going to be in shock long term that you were here part of that and you were able to get one for a pretty cheap price. And that kind of turned out to be pretty true just in the short term. January Golden Moments were going crazy. But even before January hit, November, when the first Disney NFT got released, Homer and Bart and the skateboard, came out $60. That was the retail price. People were like, wait, so it's sold out, but now it's getting resold for the retail price? A lot of people said, no, it's just not happening. VeVe's done. It's just not working out or something. Crazy stuff, right? Then all of a sudden, the smart money, kind of like when Marvel comic books got resold for $2 in the secondary market, people stayed away. Smart money pounced on that opportunity. Same thing with the Golden Moments, $60. I think R2-D2 came out, although it went down to $300. I got my Elsa for like $190. So prices were slept on, but very quickly people caught on, pounced on the opportunity. Golden Moments went through the roof. And that's when we saw a lot of new users join in that that November, December, January, February, March. That whole time period when things were just booming, got a lot of people tuning in. And that's what I want to talk about right now, is because when things are booming, that's when people want to buy stuff. People have that FOMO, fear of missing out on that next collectible. It's going to run away from them. I got asked all day, and I'm appreciative so much of you guys for asking me what to buy. Never want to give financial advice, just we're giving my opinions. I always kept saying, just be careful because we're at all-time highs. We're kind of in like unknown territory right now, right? Price discovery mode. And so people weren't buying when Marvel Comics was $2, DeLorean Comic was $3. There was FUD. There was that fear, right? That's where I want to talk about this video and trying to get your mind to shift a little bit. Not financial advice on this video, just my opinions from my previous experiences, what's worked for me. Now, in those time periods, back when DeLorean Common was $3, Todd McFarlane Batman was probably like $200, might have gotten up to $300. In times of fear, when a lot of people are saying, like, is it done? Is it sinking? I was going hard and trying to put as much money into it as I possibly could. I'm not telling you guys to do that now. These times are different right now with the whole world economics going on. But that's what worked for me. I was buying when there was a lot of fear in the markets. People were really positive that these weren't real NFTs back then. People still say that today. Obviously, you guys hear that, but we kind of squashed that bug now that we're on Ethereum. This is before that shift of the blockchains. We were still on Go Chain back then. And so times are different. But I just remember going hard, holding onto my collections. I know a lot of people sold off when the DeLorean dropped, saying like it's done, right? And so I just think that in times like today, when a lot of people are saying VeVe's crashing, prices are going to zero, right? I think now is another huge opportunity, kind of like last summer. It's crazy that we're moving into the summer again, almost the same time period. But the people that have been here, you see the cycles. Nothing goes up forever, nothing goes down forever. It's kind of that ebb and flow, right? So what I want to talk about in this video right now specifically is what to do right now in a bear market. We see all crypto down, stocks down, VeVe markets down. For me personally, I'm not trying to sell off too much. Now, I am letting go of some collectibles, some comics that I just bought for maybe MCP points, maybe a speculative play in the short term that just didn't work out right. And so I want to transfer those collectibles that I don't absolutely love into and kind of reposition myself for when there is another bull market. I want to put my chips into the ones that I think are going to do the best and the ones that I love the most. So in case it does take months before we do go back up, I'm holding on to the stuff I love. I'm not just holding on to random stuff that I got for maybe the wrong reasons. There's never a wrong reason, but maybe just not the reason I really wanted. Like I was saying, MCP points or something like that, to where I'm letting go of some of my collectibles right now. I don't really want to let go of too much, so I'm holding on to most of my collection. Like the big time stuff, I'm holding on to. I'm not letting go at a low. But like I said, the stuff that I don't absolutely love, I'm kind of repositioning into. I've always loved the big IP brands. You guys know that. So the stuff that I think that majority of the people around the world know of already for decades, that have already been fans of. I don't want to put out specific items right now because I don't want to seem like I'm pumping my bags, but that's just what I'm doing. I'm not telling you guys to do the same thing as me. I'm just letting you guys know my strategy, my game plan. I want to kind of, my collection's already been kind of restructured to the stuff that I absolutely love, but there's some sets that I just bought for straight MCP points where, I'd rather not hold on to the stuff that I don't love. So I'm kind of repositioning those collectibles into the sets or the collectibles or comics that I absolutely love, that I see majority of the people loving when we do have another bull market. And to where if it takes months, who knows how long it's going to take, right? I'm holding on to the stuff I enjoy. So that's something that's key. It's crucial. I know it seems kind of obvious to a lot of people, but there's so many people out there that don't have any idea, any kind of roadmap, a vision of what they're doing. There's so many options in the VeVe market to where it can be overwhelming. So for me, I try to simplify that and just focus on the things that, one, I know of really well, I love, and that I think the majority of the world is going to love too. It seems like a pretty safe play. And so I think of the big IP, big brands and stuff like that. That's just my play. It's just my opinion only. It's just kind of my preference. Everybody has their own strategy. And so I know Cavell and K just put out a video. Well, I think it was Cavell reacting to a K video. And they were talking about the gems putting into the app, how it kind of boomed in January, February. And I completely agree with that. That's exactly what happened. Shout out to Put in Cheeks because he had that spreadsheet that really calculates, really can show a pretty good visual of what's happening. And so we're just in another lull period where there's not that many gems being put into the app. And that's why we're not seeing a huge marketing effort from the team and the brands that are involved, because they don't want millions of people to come to the app right now and kind of just leave in the next couple of weeks because there's not too much to do right now. There's only the drops, really, and that's all there is right now. And we know that's only a fraction of the VeVe experience. So again, guys, this is an opportunity phase. This is before the masses come on board. This is before everything's developed. It's really going to come down to how long you can hold, right? That's what's going to come down to a lot of people's kind of situation. Now, I truly believe that the patience is going to be rewarded. I'm not telling you guys to hold everything. There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking profits. Everybody's situation is different. But I think for me, I'm just kind of restructuring my collection. Not too much. There's not too many big moves I have to make. And again, I wouldn't be making too many big moves in a down bear market because there's just not that much volume going in. There's not that much, price movement, price action. So some things could get held up on the marketplace for a while. You can get undercut, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to let go of some of the ones that I absolutely don't love and that I don't want to long-term hold, because there's a lot of short-term things that I had in my collection. And I'm just kind of repositioning some of those that I don't love for the collectibles that I really do love and getting ready for when there is another bull run. But at the same time, with saying that, you don't know how long that's going to take. So that's why I'm really focusing on the things I love to hold as a collector. And so that's some things I want to talk about in this short little video today. Didn't go live for the drop, so just kind of want to swap it for a video. I know a lot of people out there have been asking my game plan. JD, what are you doing in this down market? Are you selling everything? Are you holding everything? What are you doing? So that's just my game plan. I'm holding most of my stuff. Don't want to let go of, too many big collectibles in a down market. But for some of those collectibles that I've been holding for a while that I don't love, instead of waiting until we have a bull market and then kind of swapping, I'm just kind of restructuring some of those to where I have a collection filled with stuff that I absolutely enjoy, love to hold, and that I think the masses will absolutely love too. So when we do have another bull market, I'm going to be able to let go of some of those duplicates. And so that's just my strategy, my game plan. So hopefully that kind of information helps you guys maybe come up or at least see a little vision. I know there's a lot of people that joined that weren't here back when VeVe wasn't selling out. We had Catwoman, Batgirl. They stayed in store in stock for weeks. So many different things that happen in VeVe to where we weren't always booming. We boom, we come back down a little bit, we boom again, we come back down a little bit, we boom again. But every time we come back down, it's always more or higher up or whatever you want to say than the time before. So it's definitely been a journey. It's been an adventure, but wouldn't change it for the world. I've been blessed to be here. I feel like VeVe has changed my life. I feel like it's only beginning too. Can't imagine what's going to happen when you have these big brands on board like Disney, Marvel, DC, Universal, Warner Brothers, like list goes on, right? They're attaching their IP, their legacy with the VeVe app. So they have every incentive, not only just for the money that's involved, but for their legacy. Disney doesn't do things for short-term little come-ups and then it impacts their legacy in a negative way. They're rolling this out to create a legacy with VeVe. So if you believe in Disney, Marvel, DC, Warner Brothers, Universal, they're all being released on the VeVe app, all on one app, a fun and easy to use app, and it's only getting better. We're still basically in beta, guys. Can't imagine what the next few years hold. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope this video helps you guys. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.
Grinding every day and I did it my way.